intro. That's how we start.
We need a what?
You need an intro.
We need an intro. Andre, you want to take care of the intro?
It's not going to be anything flashy.
No? What about you, Eli?
Intro time. No, I have nothing.
Hello, everybody, and welcome.
Yeah,
This is the first episode of
CrossGen. CrossGen X?
CrossGen X. No, the CrossGen podcast.
Oh, because it had the X on it.
Yes,
So.
because it's a cross of Gen. Dude. No?
The X means like times or like,
It's like the X-Men.
intersecting.
Or it just means cross in Gen. Get it?
I'm so confused.
InGen, the
InGen.
company from Jurassic Park. Is this a conspiracy theory now?
We're-
Okay, guys,
we're
we're secretly
crossing-
owned by InGen.
We're crossing the InGen people. That's why we're calling it. Well, that's why we're calling it CrossGen. Cross InGen.
Cross InGen.
We're
The truth is
double
out there.
crossing the InGen. Whatever. This is not a good intro, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is the CrossGen podcast. This is the first episode of the CrossGen podcast. How about that? Is that one better?
Yeah. Okay.
I guess
It's a nice.
Does that sound
start, I guess.
more professional?
It sounds professional.
it does.
It
Very.
does? Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the CrossGen podcast. How about that one?
No.
Just no.
No?
Stop right there. No.
How about hello and welcome to the CrossGen podcast?
No.
We are very technologically advanced.
I mean,
Okay, emissary of the Dalek Empire.
All right, we're just going to say hello. This is the CrossGen podcast.
yeah,
Just
that's
very
good.
simple. First episode of the CrossGen podcast. And I am Walt.
Can we have nicknames?
I'm the dad
Can I have
of this
nicknames?
group.
Can I have a nickname?
Isn't Eli already a nickname? Because that's not really a real name.
But technically, that's not necessarily my nickname. So I have another nickname.
You have another nickname? Do I know about this nickname?
Probably
Well,
not.
I don't even know about it myself. I'm just coming up with it now.
Oh,
So then
gosh.
it's not what?
But
Right.
it's technically a nickname.
So anyway, you'll get to your nickname when you introduce yourself to everybody that's listening to this really crazy, out of control. We're already 2 minutes and 50 seconds into this podcast, and we still don't have an intro nailed down.
Yeah.
So this is the CrossGen podcast. This is the first episode ever of the CrossGen podcast. This is a podcast where we're just talking about stuff. I'm Walt. I'm 49 years old, the dad of this CrossGen podcast. And I guess you're next. Who's that?
Well, that would make me a wild AJ. You can find me in the wilds of Skyrim, pillaging, melting people, stealing from them, more pillaging, poaching mammoths for their souls, all that good stuff.
I'm just the dude, Eli.
Where's the nickname? You made this big deal before,
I don't know
like
my- I
a
don't know my
minute ago
nickname,
about
though.
nicknames.
I
What's the
don't know my
nickname?
nickname though.
His nickname is Nicky.
Corny
Ew,
Eli.
No, that sounds bad.
Nicky the Nicknamer.
Let's just go with Eli.
What is the difference?
I don't know. I'm just trying to find a nickname. I'll think of it.
Eli
soon.
the
I'll think of it
Destroyer?
soon. I'll think of it soon.
Eli the Ravager?
No, I'll think of it soon.
Don't go
Everyday
picking fights
Eli?
with Thor.
No,
He'll make an armor out of you. Oh no, that was Iron Man.
Earful Eli.
no, that sounds bad. Whatever. So, what are we talking about?
I don't know. I think we're probably going to talk about what the wild AJ wants to talk about, right?
Well,
But not in the wilds of Skyrim. Although that would be interesting. And wait, didn't you put him in Skyrim with a mod?
I actually did. And you
What?
got to write him and Mechagodzilla 2.
That is
Wow.
so weird. I don't know how
You don't
write
remember? That was
Godzilla.
the Werebeasts mod.
Yeah, we deleted it. Sadly.
Why? Why did you delete it?
Huh? Because it was taking too much space up. We had like the
We needed to
freaking
free up space for
yeah,
more mods.
but we had like the
Why?
freaking
There's a limited
xenomorph.
amount of mods on Skyrim,
Well, it also factors into the Xbox's overall storage.
but we got like 2 terabytes on the Xbox. It really took that much space.
I guess so.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That
'cause
or is just sometimes when there's too many,
the
the
game is
game
like
runs weird.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So there's no more Godzilla on Skyrim.
Nope.
You took him off.
Yep.
I can't go onto Skyrim and ride Godzilla,
Nope.
which sounds weird
Well,
to say
technically,
it.
Well, it's not even a full size Godzilla either. It's probably about the size of
Minya.
the ceiling.
So it's
yeah,
a
it's very
Minya.
small.
It's
No,
like a baby Godzilla.
It's like
Baby
a
no,
baby.
baby Godzilla is actually way bigger than that.
well, there's a few different kinds. You have Minya, the weird reject looking child. You have
The one
Baby
from the old
Godzilla
one, right?
yeah, you have Baby Godzilla proper, which you see in the Heisei series, who grows into Godzilla Jr., who gets bigger, and then he oh no, stop.
Godzilla
Stop right there.
Jr.?
No, Godzilla Jr. is the one you see in Godzilla versus Destroyer. The one in versus Space Godzilla, oh gosh. It was like a toddler Godzilla. I forget its name. I'm a
Is
horrible
that the one in the
person for not
cage?
remembering. What?
Was that the one in the cage at the very beginning?
Yes, the crystal cage.
Hmm.
What's the crystal cage?
Have you
Well,
seen that
you've
movie
never
yet?
no, we still have to complete our tour of Godzilla,
Oh
so he hasn't
gosh.
gotten up to that yet. The good stuff.
So I grew up with Godzilla. I'm the first Godzilla fan here at this table. Because when I was little, back in the days, back in the old days, according to Eli, when
Yeah.
there was still tumbleweed and there was no such thing as cars, right?
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Leatherface was actually good.
Leatherface.
Oh, Texas Massacre. We just recently watched that and it sucked.
It didn't suck.
It
It was
sucked.
just
The
it was
problem
different.
is I've never watched a movie and gotten sick of someone screaming.
Well, that was a big thing back in the days. In
Okay.
the 70s, everybody screamed.
Okay, but yeah, but
And that
there's
counted as being scary.
there's screaming and then there's
There's
running a
just-
marathon for the sake of breaking your vocal cords.
But like Eli was saying, when the girl was screaming, she was screaming while trying to get away from Leatherface, which then Leatherface will hear the screams and then run after the person that was screaming, which kind of was against the point of her running away in the first place. Because
yeah.
every time she screamed, the guy would find her.
I mean, she died at the end, did she not?
No, she got
didn't.
away. What are you
She
talking
got
about?
away?
Yeah, remember
She got in the truck and left poor guy behind.
the
the
guy in
trucker.
the truck driver?
We don't even know if he died.
the truck which was
There
called
was a
Black
big
Mandy.
red truck that
Was it Black
that
Mandy?
ran into Leatherface's brother. Do you not remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
and then
That
instead
was so stupid.
and then he gets into the cabin of the truck. Leatherface starts to cut up the door of the truck, but it wasn't really getting through. So instead of him just driving away, they jumped out the other side and ran while Leatherface then started chasing them when they just could have just turned on the keys, driven off, and they would have been fine.
I mean, I guess it technically is kind of smart because maybe as they're driving away, he could have slashed the tires.
Yeah, but it's an 18-wheeler. If you lose one tire, I think you'll be fine.
I don't know. I'm
You
just
know what I
trying to
mean?
find a rational explanation.
There
for
is
why
no
they did that.
rational explanation. It's a 70s movie. 70s movies have no rationale. But in the 70s, Godzilla was big because I used to watch it. I used to watch it on Saturdays. They used to have a thing on Saturdays. They don't have it anymore, which sucks, but they used to have a thing on Saturdays where if you go on early in the morning, they showed nothing but cartoons. And then in the afternoon, like on Channel 9, they used to show Godzilla movies and kung fu movies. So
That sounds pretty good.
any child of the 70s is either a big Godzilla fan or he loves kung fu,
Hmm.
right? I watched both, but I chose mostly Godzilla, but I still love kung
Kung
fu
fu.
movies, martial arts,
Martial
because
arts.
look at where we are as a family, right?
Yeah.
So Godzilla, there was back in the days, and see, this is where you become the nerd of Godzilla, AJ. Back in the days, there was no such thing as Showa and Heisei and different eras. It was just Godzilla.
Godzilla.
And so Godzilla, it was Godzilla versus Hedorah, Godzilla versus King Kong, Mecha King Kong, all this other stuff.
Well,
all the old stuff.
It's
which
actually
guy-
Mechanicong.
Mechanic.
The frick? What
That's
the frick?
that's how you actually that's its actual name.
Why? Why though?
But there's also the Japanese King Kong.
Yeah, that's where Mechanicong comes from.
Yeah. So that's the stuff I used to watch.
Gosh, what the hell?
And then AJ was born, and he didn't like Godzilla at the very beginning.
Because I was all about King Kong.
Well,
Yeah.
the reason I got you into King Kong is because you didn't like Godzilla. So I was
Oh.
determined to find a way to get you to like monster movies. So
Hmm.
Godzilla failed on the first shot, and I said, okay, if Godzilla ain't gonna work, I'm gonna try King Kong. And King Kong kind of took. I showed him the 1976 version, the Jeff Bridges version.
Yes, the best version.
I showed him that
I mean,
one.
if it's
In
made
my
the
opinion, it's the
1970s,
best version. I don't care who have to fight. It's the best version.
Yeah, but the sequels weren't so good after that either. Because those are the other stuff that you watch too.
Number 2 could have been better. It didn't make sense that he survived after not only being shot up by a couple of copters, but also falling off the World Trade Center. And then his
Alright,
heart
man.
stopped. You heard it stop.
Yeah, but maybe they had a big defibrillator to bring him back.
yeah.
But
We don't know the specifics of King Kong anatomy.
You have to black out a city in order to bring him back with the defibrillator.
Listen, the 70s were famous for blackouts, so you never know,
God.
right? Well, Eli doesn't know the other movies that has King Kong's mom. Well, no, King Kong's wife.
Well, yeah,
and
that's number 2.
Baby King Kong. You
Yeah.
don't know about that.
That's
Eli,
number
right?
2.
What? That sounds so cringy.
That's number 2.
Yeah, literally. Like then King Kong really dies, right?
As far as I'm able to ascertain, yes.
So to speak. Was there a third one?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
It was only King Kong and then King Kong lives.
King Kong lives so he could die again. But then the mom and the kid survive, right?
Yeah.
So there is still King Kongs in the world. They're
But
just not.
anyway,
Well, no, there's Kongs in the
Oh,
world. There's just
God.
not King Kongs in the world.
isn't there Mecha King Kong?
Mechanic Kong is the
That's
Japanese.
the Japanese version.
That's what you meant.
So-
Mechanic Kong.
Yeah, so the other ones that we were talking about
Are the American ones.
versions.
And even before those two, there were King Kong movies.
The original 1933 one.
Yeah.
With Fay Ray as I don't even know what's her name.
I've never seen them actually, so I don't know. I just know
You
they
haven't
exist.
seen them? Oh my gosh. We got to do a watch. Because
Oh,
that's when
boy.
King Kong fights the big snake.
Oh, that's where that came from. Oh,
Yes.
cool.
And he snaps the big snake's head wide open.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Well, that's just a staple of King Kong. He's always ripping open a reptile's or a dinosaur's jaw.
Didn't he do that?
It's
to
like
Godzilla?
his finisher.
Didn't he try doing that to Godzilla?
It
And-
didn't work though because it's.
He also
Godzilla.
tried to put like a tree in Godzilla's mouth.
Yeah,
So-
that meme. Though.
You did see that? I showed you that
I saw
movie.
That was funny.
Okay, so who won that fight?
That was pretty. Oh, wait.
Technically, it was actually King Kong, but
That's what I
Godzilla
say.
did survive. So
It's
was
King
it
Kong.
really a win?
It's King Kong.
Okay, he threw him off the island, but he didn't kill Godzilla. If
But
that
he-
was a death match, he
If
lost.
he threw him off his own territory, then
He still
I
didn't
mean,
die.
It's kind of a loss,
Still
though.
didn't die.
that's a loss because it's like throwing somebody out of the ring.
He's
You
like
can't fight anymore.
he's like running away with the
So
tail between his
technical
legs.
KO. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
see how that holds up in the new 2021-2022 movie.
Let me ask you a question though. Doesn't it seem like super weird that the Japanese make a movie about Godzilla and King Kong, and find a way to get the American version, the American monster King Kong, to beat up Godzilla? Isn't that
That
kind of weird?
probably has to do with, because remember, King Kong is an American property, and I don't know, maybe there was some. I feel like there was a lot of pull on the American side to, like, you know, hey, King Kong would win, especially. I don't know. It's
But would
weird.
he really?
No, I don't think he would though.
They had to give him lightning.
Yeah,
The
they had to
stupid
give him
lightning
the
power.
thunder punch.
The stupid
I
lightning
don't know.
power.
That felt a little weird.
That
Yeah,
was
it
so
did. It was the
cringy.
only way to even the playing field, though. To be
I
honest.
guess.
Oh, you
So
could have done something else, not freaking lightning powers. You don't want to
Okay,
make
like
him a freaking
what?
Flash or
you could
something.
have made his fur like flame retardant or something like
Yeah,
that.
flame retardant. I mean that would
Okay.
at least make some sort of sense. Or maybe
Yes.
maybe the
I'm
military.
listening.
Wait, what happened?
Military
Okay.
doesn't.
The military didn't get involved because
Military can't get it.
their toy planes always got broken.
Have you been watching these movies? What
No,
what
but
can
like,
the military do?
what if they like did like this? You know how Godzilla absorbs radiation, right?
Okay.
Okay.
So what if they overloaded him? But technically, it wouldn't be a
Well,
win from
Well,
King
they
Kong.
have a
actually,
movie like that.
you have a lot to get through, my
You didn't
friend.
get to that, Jan?
No, we're still in the Showa series. We still have to watch Godzilla
Well,
versus Mothra and On. We're
technically-
not there yet.
Technically, I did watch a lot of the movies,
Excuse me.
but I just don't remember them because I remember I used to watch them like sometimes when I was sometimes. So I used to watch some.
Yes,
movies.
but you haven't had the comprehensive walkthrough.
Eh,
Mm,
I don't know.
mm.
Because you're looking at everything in snippets. I'm showing you.
No, like
the
I've
full
actually watched
picture.
full movies.
Yeah, I know. Snippets still. You're not getting the full picture.
When he says snippets, he means like you're
Yeah, I
watching
know.
the movies, but not watching the whole era movies.
Yeah.
In a
Something
way,
like that?
yeah.
I
That
guess.
and when you were like a 5-year-old, you're not really gonna understand that. Oh, he gets more powerful because
No,
he's
like, I was,
radiating.
like,
You're gonna be
8.
like, oh, fire's blue.
Well, when he was a 5-year-old, we used to play the Godzilla video games.
Oh, we need to talk about that. Remember
How do we play the Godzilla video games again, AJ? Can you explain that?
Let's be
Godzilla Saved the
Okay.
Earth?
It was Save the Earth and Godzilla Unleashed when we had a Wii, but now don't.
But Godzilla Saved the Earth was on the Xbox, right?
Yes.
The original
It
Xbox.
was the best one.
This kid literally tried to make friends. He didn't even try and fight people. He just loved to make friends.
No, he would play the game because so the game was a game where it's like they create a really poorly looking city, a really poor looking city, right? With like really cringy, to use your word, really cringy graphics to make like buildings and stuff. And it was like really, really, really bad, even for Xbox terms. You got to admit that, right?
I'm not going to. Sorry.
The city was bad.
Dude, it was Tokyo and Okinawa bit for bit. I mean, maybe not bit for bit, but you still had the major landmarks there.
That was like the only thing that was accurate. Everything else was just like a box.
Okay, well, that's how you
So-
made fighting games back then.
What?
Not necessarily.
in the what? When was that?
So you're
Back in
telling
the
me you
days, there
have
was
free
Grand Theft
range
Au-
fighting games?
No, but you had like Grand Theft Auto and
Okay,
stuff
but
like
that's
that.
not Godzilla Save the Earth. Godzilla Save the Earth is like a Mortal Kombat style game.
No, because you could walk around. It wasn't a 2D.
Yes, so you
thing.
could throw buildings at the other guy.
Well, boxes that look like buildings.
Buildings are.
Buildings aren't necessarily boxes.
Well, anyway, so you're dropped into a city, and there was 2 modes, right? You either destroy as much of the city as much as possible to get points, right? And the other thing is that you can fight other monsters, and you can fight 2 players, right?
And you can do the story mode.
And you can do the story mode, which was weird because wasn't there a part where you were swimming as Godzilla and you would see like his butt in front of you while you were swimming?
Well,
and
yeah,
stuff like that,
you had to destroy ocean mines
and submarines.
and submarines.
So with the two-player mode, you can destroy the city and fight each other. But whenever he wanted to play with us, meaning me and mom, he would always say, "No, let's not fight each other. Let's be friends." So the matches, which probably should last like maybe 5 minutes if you're really fighting each other, used to last for an hour because we were just walking around destroying the city. And then at some point, the city would be thoroughly destroyed, and there was nothing to destroy anymore. And he'd be like, "No, let's just be friends." Right? Am
Yeah,
I describing it accurately?
yeah, that's pretty accurate, I guess. Yeah.
So that's how we used to play Godzilla games.
God.
Godzilla non-fighting games. Right? But they had like all the monsters, right?
For the most part.
Monster X?
No, he
Monster
didn't
X.
Oh
exist
yeah,
back then.
until like
Yeah.
2000, until
He hasn't actually
2000s.
even been as far. He wasn't even in
2004.
Godzilla. He wasn't even in Godzilla Unleashed, if I remember correctly.
What about the new PS4 game?
He's
No,
too powerful.
He's not there
He's too
I don't
powerful.
think so. No,
because God Monster X
he
he
came
was
out by then.
2004.
Yeah.
I remember because we went to Chicago to G Fest, and that was when Godzilla Final Wars came out, and we actually went to go see that like as a premiere in Japanese with no English subtitles.
Hmm.
So we saw what was happening, but we had no idea what was going on until
Well,
the
except
monsters
when
came out.
Gordon spoke, I'm pretty sure they left him as English.
So yeah, that's true. And he's a UFC fighter, you know that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, the guy that plays the captain of the spaceship, I forgot what the name of
The
the spaceship is.
Gotengo.
Gotenga.
Ooh, I remember that.
He's a UFC fighter. I
Mm.
forgot what his name is. I gotta search it up. But so we went to go see Godzilla Fest. We went to go to Chicago for the Godzilla Fest, the G Fest convention, and that was the 50th anniversary, if I remember correctly, right?
That
Of
sounds right.
Godzilla. So we went. Godzilla started in 1954,
Yeah, that makes sense. So that's
and
20.
we
No,
went to the
50th.
2004 convention, which was the 50th anniversary, and we took a plane, not telling him where we're going. We went to the hotel, not telling him where we're going, and then while we were checking into the hotel, somebody dressed up in a full Godzilla suit
Yeah.
walked by, and he was like, "What? What's going on here?" And then his cousins from Long Island, they were in the lobby waiting for us, and he was like, "What? What's going on?" And then another Godzilla walked by, and he was like, "What? What's going on?" And then we told them, "Oh, by the way, the reason that we took a plane to fly over here was because we're going to go to the Godzilla convention in Chicago."
What was his reaction?
What? What's going on?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. And you were 6 years old at the time.
Hmm.
6 years old. What?
I'm surprised.
What's going
Oh
on?
my gosh.
Do you even remember any of that?
Very vaguely. I remember looking at a bunch of collectibles because that's a thing I was into, even though I'd like smash them against each other when I played with them. I also remember taking.
Too, right?
No, not all of them. I also remember taking a photo with like a giant Kiryu with my main man, Josh. It was great.
Yep.
And of course, I vaguely remember seeing the movie. And we also saw the original Godzilla in black and white, I believe, in the original Japanese too.
Ooh.
Yeah, but that wasn't at the convention.
Oh, that wasn't?
No, that one we went to. That was they had a they had a screening in the city.
Oh, okay.
It was a old theater that was called the Imagination, and they played a lot of Asian culture movies in that thing, and that particular time they were screening Godzilla, not the Raymond Burr version,
Yeah, I
the
know.
original version. So there's two versions of that old Godzilla.
Subbed?
No, there's one where they actually took an American actor and put him in the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's the original movie. I think the original movie is actually a little bit more scarier, right? Then they make it more
It's a little
terrifying.
different. Yeah.
Scarier.
Old both okay, here the thing with it being scary, it wasn't scary as in like,
Terrifying.
Yeah, I
terrifying
know.
like the Conjuring type scary. It's supposed to be scary in concept because the whole thing behind Godzilla is that he's an allegory for unrestricted use of nuclear weapons and what that can do to society,
Hmm.
things of that nature.
Hmm.
And then of course it also tied in real events that happened not too long after the actual Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings
Mhm.
during World War II.
Hmm.
So they were doing testing in the Pacific, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
The Lucky Dragon 5, it got caught in like a nuclear bomb test explosion.
Hmm.
And that caused like some real like, hey, what the hell? Nuclear bombs? This is not good. And there was all sorts of activism, and part of that activism was Ishiro Honda's first Godzilla movie, which
Hmm.
tried to bring attention to those events.
I think
I
that's
did a whole paper on it. That's how I know so much about it.
I think that's a good way to sort of uh emphasize on that particular event because it does it in a form of like I guess you could say entertainment. And I guess tell me if I'm wrong for saying this, but a lot of people would go watch. Well, it is true. A lot of people would go watch entertainment, rather than just an activism biography. I guess.
Well, that's not necessarily true. I think what you're trying to get at is entertainment is more digestible
Yeah,
than just watching like
just
a dry. Well, I don't think documentaries are dry, but a dry documentary,
yeah. That's
for
that's what I'm
for
saying.
lack of a better term.
Hmm.
Because not everyone can just like sit through a documentary and be like, "Wow, that is so interesting." Most people will probably go like, "Wow, I need to watch something that's not gonna make my brain become further liquefied." Oh yeah, and there was Gamera too.
Gamma was another cool feature. We're looking at old
Oh
pictures.
God, what the hell even was that?
Look,
My
Mechagodzilla.
favorite
Ooh,
one.
that looks
Yes, we're
cool.
looking at old photos right now. Sorry,
I know that
the
photo.
benefits of a podcast is that we can look at things and you can't. Haha.
I can post some of these pictures. Some of these embarrassing pictures of
Okay, let's not get too crazy.
yeah. So, but that is true. That is true. So, the going back to the point that was in New York the time that we saw that showing. That was in Midtown Manhattan and we went to go see it and we were like what, three or four people in the entire audience. I don't think it was a packed
Really?
house. It wasn't a packed house.
Okay,
Not
well, I can understand
yeah,
that.
not like when we went to G Fest to go see Final Wars. Final Wars was a packed house. Plus, they had a speaker there. The guy that played he played one of the aliens.
Oh, the Exilians?
No, 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 no. He played no. He played one of the astronauts in one of the old. Remember the aliens used to be like roaches and monkeys, right?
Ew.
In like
Oh,
the
yeah,
old
that
movies.
was in Mechagodzilla 1.
Right. One of the actors from those movies was there to kind of like present the film for the audience.
What, the head honcho?
Huh?
The head honcho?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
that.
was there. You
Wow,
don't remember
that's.
that, do you?
No, I don't. That sounds amazing.
Yep. He got up on stage. He had somebody else was there. I can't remember who it was. And he, talked a little bit about the Godzilla franchise, talked about how he was impacted by the thing, talked about the movie, tried to get everybody excited to watch the movie, which wasn't that hard. And then he was like, "Okay, everybody, here's Godzilla Final Wars," and then we watched the movie. So
I wish I could have been like in my 20s when I went to see it.
I know we'll go back. We have to go back before once all this COVID stuff is done, because we're still under the pandemic as we're recording this episode. Yeah. Well, does Godzilla wear masks? No, but Jaguar
But he
does.
should though.
Jaguar does.
It's technically a visor, but
Okay.
and he's not even alive. So
Okay.
Wait, really?
What?
I thought he was.
Jaguar's a machine.
Yeah.
I thought he was like a human being inside like a machine.
Well, humans control him, but he's still just a machine at the end of the day.
Oh.
The only monster that's
thought he was, like-
mechanical, there are two monsters that are mechanical and are actually alive. You have Mecha King Ghidorah, obviously,
Oh,
and then you
okay.
have
Not Mechagodzilla.
the guy you have yet to see, Mechagodzilla 3.
So he's alive?
Technically, because
Don't spoil it.
yeah, okay, no, I'm
Don't
not
spoil
gonna
That's
it.
pretty
spoil it.
cringy. Not even gonna lie.
Well,
but
wait till you hear how he is alive. Then you'll be like, "Oh,
when
that's
alien
corny."
controls.
Well, that was the first Mechagodzilla, but no, this is not.
Oh, really? Technically, I just.
I actually like the last Mechagodzilla, Kiryu.
He grew on me after a while, especially
favorite.
his concept.
You like the old school 1970s Mechagodzilla.
Yes,
The
that
one
will always be my favorite.
he looks like he's got balls all over him
With the
because
big.
he's very round.
No, that's Mechagodzilla 2.
Oh yeah, you're right. The Mechagodzilla,
That's
the first
Josh's favorite.
Yeah, Josh's favorite. That's right. That one is the one where he's more like angular, right?
Yes.
Like he's very.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question. Why are people so hype about Space Godzilla? I saw the
Because
movie
Space
myself, and I'm like, kind of like, what?
You think he's
honestly-
corny?
Yeah, but I kind of find I like Godzilla more. He seems like a much better. It was a little bit weird with the Space Godzilla stuff because it was
With
like,
the crystals
I mean, I like the crystals and stuff. I like
that shoot
his design.
lasers.
That was a little bit weird.
You don't
But,
even
like,
know
his
the
story?
full story behind Space
His
Godzilla.
story was a
Did
little
you see
bit
the
weird.
movie beforehand?
I
I'm
didn't.
sure I
How the
did.
G cells got out there?
No, he did. That's why I have to take him
Bro,
on this journey.
I
He
saw the
doesn't
movie-
know.
Bro,
I saw
but
the
wait a
movie.
second.
I saw the movie beforehand.
When?
Huh?
When
I
you
watched
were
that movie.
6?
No, that was literally like maybe 2 years ago.
You
I've been-
still don't know the. Okay,
There's a
what is
reason
his origin?
on how
Please
Space
enlighten
Godzilla
me.
came
Mhm.
to be. There's a way how Space Godzilla came to be.
I remember it was something. I don't really remember it that much, but I remember that I didn't like it. But from my memory, it's very vague. But I'm pretty sure like there were these bacteria or whatever it's called, like the G cells that you said,
Mhm.
and they like came together into. I think it was like a meteor
Nope.
or
No.
something.
You're all
I don't
wrong.
remember. I don't remember.
That's why you need to take this dang journey.
But what I remember is that I didn't like it, and I found that cringy. And technically, 2 years ago is like I was like 9. I mean, not 9. Frick, I was like 11. So you can make the case that I was pretty much
Yeah, 2
fit
years
for watching
ago.
it.
2 years ago, you liked the darkness. Look at you now.
I never liked the darkness.
Yes, you did.
Oh, no, I didn't.
You literally
what's the
said
darkness?
maybe 2 years ago or more that the darkness was one of your favorite villains in Supernatural.
No,
Yes, you did.
Oh, we're
I-
talking
no, no,
about
no, no, no,
Supernatural
no.
now. Okay.
I never said that
Oh, yes, you
because
did.
I've never liked the darkness. I always found that cringy and trash. My favorite was Kane. Because
Ah,
Kane's personality was pretty cool, and just the way he acted and stuff.
Yeah,
Or-
he is cool.
But
short-lived.
I'm pretty
but it's
sure-
probably for the best.
who was my favorite? Actually, I don't think it was Kane.
It was probably Lucifer.
No, Lucifer sucked.
Okay.
Just kidding.
But even still, he's a little bit cringy in some parts. My
I'm
favorite
not gonna
was-
respond.
Who's your favorite? I actually like Crowley. I'm with mom in liking Crowley. I always thought Crowley was a good character because he was like you never know if he was good or
Oh.
bad or whatever.
I mean, Crowley was good, but Gabriel was the best. It's Gabriel.
Gabriel was pretty cool. Which Gabriel?
There's only one Gabriel.
But there's like two different versions of Gabriel, right? The otherworld Gabriel and
No, that's Michael.
oh no, that's Michael.
Michael is the
Gabriel
older
is
brother.
the guy,
Trickster.
the trickster, the Loki guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. I'm sorry.
He was pretty cool. I
Yeah,
like what they did with that.
but he wasn't in
episode.
there enough.
Yeah.
No, that's actually kind of the problem. He came when he came back, they just completely unraveled his character. But that's a discussion for another
You know
time.
what?
Yeah,
This
we're
is the
gonna-
Godzilla podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna
He was
do a
overused.
supernatural thing, especially now that Supernatural's ending.
Yeah.
We still have to watch that last episode.
Yeah.
Last season is trash.
It's
Last
not the best.
season
It's not the
is
best,
not
yeah.
the best.
something left to be decided, but we'll talk about that another time.
Yes, we
You
will.
know. So let's wrap up this Godzilla episode per se,
Because there's more Godzilla content coming out. What?
Godzilla
Yeah.
versus King Kong.
They came
No,
out with
there's a
a
whole bunch
trailer
of stuff.
recently.
What?
They came out with a trailer recently for the new Godzilla anime, Godzilla Singular Point.
which they still haven't really shown what Godzilla looks like. We're seeing like
kinda
little
did.
glimpses.
Godzilla anime, the first movies, the first Godzilla
The Planet
anime.
Eaters,
Yeah,
the
King
Planet Eater.
Yeah, King Ghidorah was the best. Had the best design. It's different,
King
but
Ghidorah
Oh
was a
my
city.
No.
Wait, it was a city?
No,
that was
Mechagodzilla was
Oh,
a
Mechagodzilla,
city.
yeah.
But King-
That's bad too.
No, but I like what they did with that because it
Godzilla
looked
wa-
very alien,
No.
and it's different, and it's
He was
honestly
like lightning, wasn't he?
No, he was like giant spaghetti noodles in the sky.
he was like a serpent.
Yeah.
He was like serpents. But
Yeah, it was different.
I like it because it's very alien, and that's kind of what I don't like how Godzilla and the rest of the monsters are kind of based off of animals and on Earth, like or like fantasy creatures. Like King Ghidorah is based off of a dragon. But
No, he's like a fusion of a dragon and a
Hydra.
hydra.
He's a Hydra.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't really. I kind of like it, but I want to see it look more alien, considering that they're actually.
I do
aliens.
agree with that. I kind of agree with that.
You want your fill of alien? Go look at Gigan and Monster X. You got
Gigan
plenty
looks
of
weird.
alien there.
Monster X
Gigan, I
looks-
hate to say it, I like Gigan, especially the newer versions, but he still looks like a chicken.
He's
looks
the
like a
original. He's the original robot chicken.
Yeah, that's true. You don't know who Gigan is?
I forgot. I haven't.
Gigan
See,
is
this
the one
is
with the
why I
beak,
need
and
to
he's
take
got,
him-
Like, he's got like
oh my
blades for. He's got a blade in his stomach, and he's got like two bandsaws on his hands.
I mean,
But he looks like a chicken or a rooster.
yeah, that's also my problem. He looks like a chicken.
Yeah.
But Monster X,
Gigan.
but Monster X, he has the best design.
I do like Monster X.
He has the best design. But my only problem with
I like
him-
Kaiser.
Kaiser.
Kaiser Ghidorah.
Kaiser Ghidorah. He is dope.
That's his final form.
He's dope.
Yeah, but the thing with the
He goes through three forms in final forms. Final.
No, he only
and
has. He only has one. He only has one transformation in that movie.
but
he goes
why?
from no, didn't he have? Wasn't he on 2 legs? Then he became 4 legs, and then he went to Kaiser.
No,
am I
that's
mistaken?
part of the transformation. He went from 2 legs to 4, and that was Kaiser Ghidorah.
Wait, what is he? What is he? What is
Yeah,
he
and then
based
he
off?
becomes Monster X. There's another form that he changes where where he's like more of a man monster.
That's when he first arrives to Earth.
Okay, so
Oh.
I'm totally forgetting how that movie went. So
He only has one transformation.
he goes from that cool version where it's like he's got the face on the front, right, and he's walking on 2 legs and stuff, which
Yeah.
was actually really really cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
one.
love that one.
That one is cool.
Yeah.
You know, and then he changes into the four-legged creature
That's Kaiser
monster
Ghidorah.
Kaiser Ghidorah, which is also super cool.
That looks freaking awesome.
That's fire, right?
But why is it so much like Dragon Ball? At that point, it just turned into freaking Dragon Ball
Or
with the
Pokemon.
fighting.
Yeah, it
Or
did.
Pokemon.
Eh. I mean, I guess you can make the.
I wonder if
case.
Pokemon was inspired by Godzilla.
I honestly don't know.
Oh, what's
That would be
dude?
pretty interesting.
Nidoran?
Nidoran.
I forgot the freaking Pokemon.
What, Nidoking and Baragon?
Nidoking. I think it was Nidoking.
Nidoking, it's actually funny. Whenever I played a Pokemon game and
Yeah.
I got a Nidoking, I would always name it Baragon because it reminded me of Baragon.
It kind of looks like a monster from Godzilla.
Yeah, he looks like Baragon.
Yeah, Baragon. Yeah, whoever that is. But
Singular Point does some really interesting things with the design.
Isn't there other stuff also coming out besides Singular Point?
Not to my aside from
There's some
versus
stuff
Kong.
there's some stuff in Japan, like Japan is opening up.
Oh yeah, they're
those
doing like a
those
park.
statues, parks, things, and they've also had like little shorts based on
Yeah, that they do.
the newest Godzilla,
Shin.
Shin Godzilla, right? And I think there was something else. I can't remember which one it was, but I think it's not just Godzilla Singular Point. There's other, and of course, the really really big thing that's coming out, which is Godzilla versus King Kong.
Yeah,
Wait. Are they coming out with a new Shin Godzilla movie?
I doubt it because they said, if I remember correctly, they said that was going to be a standalone.
And they have to wait until the America Godzilla stuff is done.
Yes, that too.
So
You know what would be cool, and I'm obviously not suggesting this, and it's kind of really far fetched, and it's a little bit weird, but maybe you can have Shin Godzilla versus because I know that they do go into universes or crazy crap in Godzilla, right?
Not really.
Godzilla Final Wars had Godzilla versus Gino.
Godzilla doesn't have a multiverse like most others do. They just have different time periods and eras.
Okay, then whatever.
So do time travel.
No. We already had time travel with Mecha King
But-
Ghidorah. We can stop.
We need Godzilla.
You get an alien that
It-
brings all the Godzillas from different eras and throw them on a battle world.
Shin Godzilla versus
So
Godzilla.
let 'em
basically,
go ham.
Dragon Ball Legends.
I know that's
kind of.
it's a little bit weird, but we need a Godzilla in hell.
That would be a really cool movie / show.
I can't
It's
wait.
too
for that.
short.
Have you read the comic?
It's too short
I've
to be a
seen
movie.
I've seen
I mean, too short to be a show.
pictures of comic book pages, but I need to read it.
Alright.
It looks
It's
awesome.
very short, but it's actually really good.
So you know what? Maybe for the next podcast that we do Godzilla, we'll talk about Godzilla in hell.
Yeah.
So that'll be kind of cool because I know he's read it. You haven't read it, and I bought it for you, but I've never read it.
He has some very interesting attacks in that comic.
Yeah, I think I've seen some of them, but I don't.
That's another thing. I have to read the IDW comics at one point because he gets like some. Now that you want to know which one is like Dragon Ball,
Yeah,
I hear
it's
that those comics are like Dragon Ball.
Definitely got to check it out. All right, so I guess we'll wrap this up with the whole Godzilla thing. I think we're done for now, at least until Singular Point comes out, which comes out next year, right?
I hope so.
And Godzilla
Please
versus
no
Kong.
Delays.
Whenever this pandemic, well, no, Godzilla Singular Point is probably not going to be delayed because that's all anime. So
True.
that everybody, those guys can work remote. It's the live action stuff that is really in danger because of the freaking pandemic, which
and then you have all these
kinda
theaters
sucks.
closing down. It's horrible.
Yeah, I know. Although they're open in Long Island now, but not in New York.
because they
Not
have
in
the
New York City
space.
proper. So I don't know.
But anyway,
Yeah. Anyway, so I guess we're going to call this episode. I guess it's a wrap, and the way we'll celebrate that is by doing. How about that? Didn't think that I could pull that off, right? That was a pretty good impression.
I guess, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I try and do it again?
Nah, I think
I can do the impression again if you want.
I think we got it. You know,
I think we're good, Dad.
and then
I could do it one more time.
I don't know about copyright and stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh,
One more time.
we may need to edit that out.
I don't know.
Anyway, all right. So, first episode of the CrossGen podcast is in the books, and we did Godzilla.
Nice.
Okay. So we had trouble with the intro. How about the outro? How are we gonna do the outro? Do we say like CrossGen people?
I think I have an idea.
X marks the spot.
I think I have
Peace
an
and
idea
good
for the outro.
vibes
X
to
gonna
those
give it to ya?
between both
Gonna give it to you. X gonna give it to you.
generations.
No?
I don't know. That's kind of a workshop in
Can we-
progress
let's just
or work in
make it simple.
progress.
A B C D E F X later.
No. Let's just make it simple. Goodbye.
Okay.
No, what?
Yeah.
Well, listen, if you guys really, really like this episode, we're gonna have more episodes that are just as better than this. Well,
Yeah.
no, this was pretty cool. I thought it was
The
pretty
intro
good.
we need to work on the intro.
We'll
and
work
outro.
on the intro, but it's still a work in progress.
Yeah.
But if you really like it, subscribe, rate, and review the show.
Yeah.
Tell all your friends that there's this podcast called the CrossGen Podcast that doesn't have an intro or an outro yet, but we're working on it. So the outro is going to be X going to give it to you? No, we're not doing any DMX on that. CrossGen X. Later X people. X aliens. Since it's a Godzilla podcast, X aliens. All right, we'll just keep it really simple.
Eli.
AJ.
Walt saying later and
Peace.
goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.